AutoZone presents the DAZN Boxing Show as we count down to a live double bill this weekend. In Liverpool, it's a next-gen matchroom event topped by Peter McGrail against Mark Leach. Then it's to California as Golden Boys serve up the second helping of action, headlined by Jose Ramirez versus Rances Barthelemy and also featuring Virgil Ortiz. Our very own Jamie Ward and Darren Barker will look ahead to both cards shortly. But first, let's hear from the headliners in Fresno.
I don't got too much to say this time. We've trained. We've had a really good training camp. We've had some good sparrings. I like running. I've had a lot of good miles put in. I really don't have anything to say. I usually have something to say, but I don't have anything to say. So thanks for being here. I love Fresno. I'm about to get some cup of joy after I weigh in. Probably some Castillo's enchiladas. You know what I'm saying. So thank you for being here.
It's quite an honor for me to just be a part of boxing, be a part of boxing in the Central Valley. And it's we're thankful with all the fans. We're thankful for the supporter, the sponsors, and all the support that we gone. It's thanks to all you guys that the networks are interested in bringing boxing back to the Central Valley. So thank you guys for the support. I'm ready for Saturday. Honestly, my goal is to get back in top and get all those belts back. I still feel like I'm one of the best 140-pounders in the world, and it starts by making a statement on Saturday, and that's what I was working on in the gym. And for my coach Robert Garcia, my manager Rick Murrigan, my strength and conditioning coach Charles Tremblay, my whole family, and my teammates who see me spar, who see me train, they still believe I'm one of the best 140-pounders, the best 140-pounder in the division, and I'm looking forward to being part of the big fights. And I'm thankful with Oscar De La Hoya and the Golden Boy family for showing interest in me, and obviously the DAZN as well for getting behind me.
So Virgil will be taking on Thomas Delorme. And Virgil, look, the news came out yesterday that it looks like if everything goes right, you might have an opponent in Tim Tszyu in August. Obviously, you're a professional that always takes your opponent seriously. There's no chance you're overlooking Delorme at all, is there?
No, there's no chance at all. If I have to get through this fight first, this is, of course, it's a big opportunity. It's only scheduled. I really don't have any information outside of that. But the information that I do know is confirmed is that I have a fight this Saturday against Thomas Delorme. We've trained 2 hard months for this fight, and that's what I'm focused on.
All right, Virgil, last one for you. You've been in camp with Robert Garcia. You see Jose. What's that environment like?
Oh, it's a really, how do I say, competitive environment in the sense that I don't want to be outworked, and Jose makes that really hard for me not to let that happen. But Jose is a hard worker, and I love being around him. He's my favorite fighter. I'm learning off of him all the time. Right now he just showed me how to do a proper press conference on the podium. Kind of want to redo mine, but no, it's always an honor, being in Robert's camp, especially with the best fighters in the world. So it's a good feeling.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll take me to get some enchiladas tomorrow too, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm hungry right now. All right, Jose, since we're all hungry right here at the casino, we see the food back there. Why did you sign with Golden Boy? You could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, when I went to go and talk to all the promoters, just the chemistry that I found with Oscar, I felt like it was going to be a good move for me and for him together, to work together, and use our, us being Hispanic and him being an Olympian like myself. He was actually my favorite fighter growing up. That's who I wanted to become. When I saw that he became a gold medalist and then became a world champion, then a promoter, that's kind of like the route that I wanted to take. So this time around, I knew, I could see that he's very involved and invested into the sport of boxing right now. So that's why that's why I made the choice to sign with them. And also the business behind it was great. I'm a businessman as well too. Besides a fighter, I got a family to take care of. So that made a lot of sense.
Rances Barthelemy is your opponent, but that 140-pound division that Oscar has, wherever you want to go up, down, whatever, he's got a lot of fighters in that division. So if everything goes right, what are we looking for later on this year?
Oh, we're looking for those, either those world championship fights against the best 140. It could be Devin Haney, it could be even Ryan Garcia. It could be anybody at 140. 143, 144, I don't mind. You know, I know Ryan Garcia doesn't want to fight 140, but I'd be more than happy to make that, you know, move to that 145 division, 144 catchweight division. I've been in the 140 for a long time in my career, so it's, you know, it's probably time for me to make that move as well, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of great fighters out there. But right now I'm focused on Saturday and making a statement, showing that I'm still the best out there, and you know, I'm putting on a good show.
Well, certainly a very interesting and exciting night of boxing to look forward to right here on DAZN over there in Fresno. You heard from some of the fighters there, some of the sport's top talent, Jose Ramirez, Virgil Ortiz as well. But it's not quite California, but it's Liverpool, and we've got a big next-gen show to look forward to here. Welcome to the DAZN Boxing Show, Jamie Ward with Darren Barker. Now, Darren, when you look at these next-gen cards, we were saying it at the press conference, but from world title fights to first title fights, fighters stepping up to 6 rounds, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, making their pro debuts, gives you a little bit of everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think what you just said there gives you everything. You know, you got redemption at the top of the bill. You got a world title shot. You got some extremely talented fighters that want to showcase their skill, want to really make a name for themselves. So they offer us a bit of everything. Some of the next-gen shows we've had have been epic, and when you look at this from top to bottom, I think we're going to have something similar Saturday night.
Well, let's talk about that main event. Some of you may remember on the Sonny Edwards, Bam Rodriguez undercard, of course, Peter McGrail, an Olympian, one of Britain's most decorated amateurs, was boxing beautifully against Jericho O'Quinn, had him down twice and then caught with a massive shot and knocked out. A stark reminder that you can't switch off in this game, but he's in there now. It was due to be the rematch with O'Quinn with former British champion Mark Leach. It's a massive fight for Peter and for Mark this weekend.
Yeah, and we'll find out what Peter McGrail has about him, what mental strength he has about him, because it was a crushing defeat. Yes, he was looking good. Yes, it only takes one shot in boxing, but it won't do your confidence any good. He would have gone to some dark places, I'm sure, and we'll find out on fight night how much he really wants it, how much desire he has. I believe he has that. I believe he has it in abundance. I believe he's an experienced, mature man who understands that it can happen. It can happen in boxing. It is sport. Let's go out there and prove ourselves against the best. Look, he hasn't got the opponent he wanted, but he's in there with Mark Leach.
Is that a mental obstacle he'll have to overcome?
Yeah, I do.
You imagine he's so focused on O'Quinn.
Yes, I do. I believe that. I believe that he would have wanted to right that wrong as soon as possible. Just get that dead and buried, done. Put it to bed. But now he can't. He's going to have to wait, and that will linger a little bit, I think. And he's in there with Mark Leach, who it could be a very dangerous time to fight because it's a must-win for Mark Leach. Tons of experience, former champion, former British champion. He knows what it takes to win these big fights. Like I say, does have that experience, but I just feel we may see a real bounce-back performance from Peter McGrail. Really turn some heads and just say, look, okay, that was a little blip, a little speed bump on the road of my career, but this is what I'm capable of doing. And then he'll be screaming and shouting. If I do get my prediction right, he'll be screaming and shouting about that rematch so we can right that wrong once and for all.
Well, that will be your main event, Peter McGrail versus Mark Leach from over here in Liverpool live on DAZN. But some other good fights of note as well. World Championship action. Beatrice Ferreira, Olympic silver medalist from Tokyo, also heads to Paris, looking to turn that medal of silver into a medal of gold. But first, though, she has the opportunity to capture one of Katie Taylor's former lightweight belts, the IBF vacant title at 135 pounds, and become world champion. But she's got a good fight here against Yanina Lezcano, and it's interesting what Yanina was saying. She believes that Beatrice is so focused on the Olympics and the gold medal that she's maybe taken her eye off the ball here. But I suppose for Beatrice, it's not a bad position to be in.
I can understand that. Yes, I can understand that. That's why I always feel uncomfortable asking fighters about their future when there's a fight in front of them.
Yeah,
you know, if you've got one eye on something else, it's not ideal. But it just shows you the ambition of Ferreira, where she wants to go, what she wants to do. And I can't look past her in this contest. I truly believe that she becomes a world champion. I believe she wins numerous world titles in perhaps different divisions. She's an absolute animal. She's a beast. You know, not only does she have that amateur pedigree, she can box, but when she lets her shots go, I've commentated on some of her fights, you can hear the thud. You see the reaction of the fighters in front of her. You know, they're hurtful shots, the head and body, the variation. She's a very, very good fighter, and I expect her to come through this one. Yanina will give it her all, because this is an opportunity to fulfill a dream, but yeah, I can't look past Beatriz in this one.
So much excited talent to look forward to as well. A young fighter from over here in the UK, Junaid Bostan, steps up to 10 rounds going for his first professional title. Certainly one to keep an eye out for. And from one Olympic silver medalist to another, Pat McCormack, one of, again, Britain's best amateurs, due to be in action in the chief support this weekend, forced out yesterday through injury, just at a time he was forced out of his last fight through injury, when he really needs to be starting to build some momentum. He'll be devastated.
Exactly, that's the word, devastated. This is, you want to be busy, you want to be fighting, you want to be active, you want to be showing off, showcasing your skill, climbing those rankings, earning money. That's what you want to be doing. So when you start, stop through injury or whatever it may be, it's not good. It's not good at all. And there'll be a lot of frustration. He's just got to calm down, accept that these things happen, rebuild, take your time, don't rush it, because that's when these things happen again, reoccurring injuries. But such a shame, because I'm a massive fan of him.
And of course, when the action finishes here in Liverpool, the action doesn't stop on DAZN, and we'll be crossing over to Fresno in California for the return of Jose Ramirez after over a year out the ring. I can't believe how quickly that's come around. He's in an interesting fight here with Rances Barthelemy, but his first fight with Golden Boy, and like we talk about that word momentum, he'll just be buzzing to get back in the ring.
Yeah, and look, he's a very good fighter. Been impressed with him so much. I mean, he had the unfortunate night against Josh Taylor, but
that was for undisputed, you know.
But exactly, that took the
fight.
words out of my mouth. That shows you the level this man is at. He was on a rebuilding process. He's got talent in abundance, and they've certainly got someone there that they can work with. They can build big shows around. Potential star, he's well followed, he's popular, and it's good to see him back.
When you sign with a new promoter, it was interesting, like you always hear from fighters about that wanting to impress. He'll be wanting to impress Oscar De La Hoya, won't he, on Saturday night, and also catch the eye of that 140-pound division. And
that's why it's a very dangerous time to be fighting him, Ramirez. Like I say, very good, can do a bit of everything, but he's aggressive, he's spiteful, and when you've got that bit between your teeth, when you want to show people, not just your promoter, but the fans and yourself, how good you really are, yeah, it's a tough time to be fighting him.
And also on that card, not a bad record, is it? 20-0 with 20 knockouts. Virgil Ortiz Jr. back in the ring as well in a good fight against Thomas DeLorme. How exciting is he to watch? When you sit back as the fan that you are, the fans that we are, where do you position Virgil Ortiz?
Oh, I mean, he's a star of the future. He's already a star. He's an absolute wrecking ball, Jamie. He's a beast. He walks through his opponents. I mean, but there's thought, there's class, there's intelligence in his work. He's not just a huge puncher. There's more to that, you know. Just a very talented fighter, a fighter that I think boxing needs as one of its future stars, someone that is going to give you exactly what you're after. And let's get it right, we all want to see dramatic endings, we want to see knockouts, we want to see drama, and he's going to give you that. It's exactly what he's going to give you. So whenever he's on the bill, whenever he's on a card, I get super excited, because you know from that first bell, he's seek and destroy.
And you would have seen this week as well that Riyadh season is headed stateside. It's headed to America, Los Angeles, August 3rd. That's not a bad card either.
I want the nod for that.
I'm desperate.
Look, if you're listening, get me on that show.
I'll do anything. I'll mop the floors that week, DAZN. I'll do anything. But headlined, of course, by arguably the pound-for-pound #1 man right now in Terence Crawford against Israel Madrimov. What a great fight that is, 154 pounds. But Virgil also has a slot on that card against Tim Tszyu. So this is must-win for him, really, if he's to, you'd think, to push on and be a part of that night.
And you can just see it there, building him as a future star of this game, and I believe he can be that with the power that he carries and the boxing. But yeah, that card's fantastic. Terence Crawford, for me, rightly so, #1. What a fighter, ridiculous fighter. Madrimov looked so good last time out. I mean, we're getting sport, Jamie. We really are getting sport with these shows. I mean, the fans at home, the people that go into these shows, buying the tickets, you're getting treated this real value for money. And yeah, as a fan, first and foremost, I'm just thrilled that we're getting these kind of bills. Great.
And you were talking about a little bit earlier that you don't like asking fighters about future fights when they have business to take care of. But do you think that August 3rd date will be in Virgil Ortiz's mind this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Is that dangerous? Is that a danger?
It is dangerous, but like I said with Beatrice Ferreira, you want that. It shows ambition. It shows desire. That's when you have a team around you just to sort of say, look, don't worry about that. You got business to attend to here. But yeah, you'll have half an eye on it if you like. But yeah, we're sport, like I say.
Well, that is a great card in Fresno. There was also a unified and Ring Magazine flyweight clash, female fight to look forward to on that card as well. From Liverpool to Fresno, World Championship action aplenty. One place to watch it all. That's right here on DAZN.
So there are 2 cards coming your way this Saturday. We start in Liverpool with a next-gen event featuring Joe McGrail, Junaid Bostan, Beatrice Ferreira going for the IBF World Lightweight crown, and headlined by Peter McGrail against Mark Leach. Then a couple of hours later, we cross the pond to Fresno, California for an intriguing card featuring a unified female flyweight title clash between Marlon Esparza and Gabriela Alanis. Virgil Ortiz faces Thomas Delorme in the co-main, while top of the bill is the lightweight showdown between Jose Ramirez and Rances Barthelemy. So make sure you join us on DAZN this weekend. Next Gen action from Liverpool is underway at 7 p.m. Saturday for the main card. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. Then we come live from Fresno at 1 a.m. Sunday morning for viewers in the UK and Ireland. That's 8 p.m. Eastern for those stateside. And remember, DAZN is the only place to be for big-time boxing.
Fight fans, welcome back. Boxing is buzzing and the best are ready to bump heads. Showcasing over 150 fights a year, DAZN is the only place to watch these warriors worldwide every weekend. Refinding his feet, Virgil Ortiz Jr. is itching to put the Latino heat on Thomas Delorme. This April 27th doubleheader also sees Jose Ramirez tackle Rances Barthelemy. The temperature rises even further on May 4th as a magical mixture of Mexican machismo sees Canelo return against Jaime Munguia, a cool-headed compatriot seeking a sizable upset. Size matters as 2 big men create one huge occasion. An undisputed king will emerge on May 18th when Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk finally trade heavyweight leather. If you come for the king, you better not miss. A 5 versus 5 battle for bragging rights. Frank and Eddie send forth their stables to settle old scores. June 29th, Phoenix will rise for 2 men with their eyes on the prize as Bam Rodriguez and Juan Francisco Estrada show that size actually doesn't matter at all. Explosive contests, multiple champions, just one place to catch every punch.